What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan, and I'm BMAX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have some hobby news for the Digimon TCG. We're going to be looking at the tournament prizing. We had a little bit of news drop. It wasn't much. It was just card lists for tournament prizing. We already know, but we're going to have a discussion about the card prizing we're getting in the tournament packs, and because there's been a lot of discussion whether if we think that Digimon prizing is getting better, or is it getting worse? Are they just is it slowly been getting worse all year and now it's getting even worse? We know that we're not getting as many online events and many events in general as we used to. So we're just kind of looking at that and seeing how we feel about all these changes, mostly do with regionals, Ultimate Cup, stuff like that. If we look back here, we can see here on the Digimon main page here, we had card lists come up for Event Pack 8, Judge Pack Wave 2, and the Evolution Cup. So a lot of big things there. And so we're going to be looking at those packs and seeing if they're worth it, as well as some other packs in there. If we go back to the regionals here, we can start off and take a look at what exactly you're getting from your participation and stuff like that. So we'll start off with that. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it here. And so, of course, you can see we have our, a couple onlines and our 3 offline ones. Maybe we'll get another online one. It'd be nice to have an equal number, but we'll see what happens. We could still get an event in December, so we'll have to take that into account. So going down here, you can see here you get the participation set, you get the special event pack. That's in August, but if you go down here, you're getting 2 event pack 8s, 1 special event pack, and then prizing as you win more. But your participation is set as this. So if we come down here, we're gonna look at the special event pack. This was something that was kind of a cool pack. Shadramon promo was very highly hyped. You had people still excited about Protoform because it was a more expensive one from the last event pack, and Rivals Barrage, Analog Youth, but these 3 weren't having as much hype. Quartzmon was a reprint from event pack 7. Same with Protoform, but Protoform, like I said, was still an expensive card on its own, so it was an okay to move it to the next event pack. These 2 weren't as good. Doraemon was, I think, still pretty hyped, but Metal Greymon, because it was already a super, wasn't super exciting, and then Quartzmon was already $5 because it was a reprint from 7. Of course, you go into Analog Youth and people were excited for that one, but then they ruined this by reprinting it as a textured foil box topper in BT21, which it was a better version, and kind of ruined the value in this card here. I mean, it's still worth $10. Both of them I think are worth $10, but it's just not holding as much value in this entire special event pack. And you had cards like Shadramon that were up at like 60 and stuff like that. They've come down since. Same with Rivals Barrage was 30 and now it's 10. But still, overall, just for the amount of cards that were in the event pack, they really didn't do this pack justice by doing some of the things like putting these 2 in it or having that reprinted. It definitely did bring down the overall. You get a card from this pack now and you're like, ugh, this is like only one good thing. And it's just like, okay. So definitely didn't really help with the prizing in that instance. I mean, like they were trying to, what we thought we were doing was reprinting all those LM cards we never got from the, LM2 and LM4 that we never got because we hadn't come into line with the Japanese meta yet. So, we thought we were going to keep doing that, but they really haven't kept up on that. I kind of wish they would have just released a pack with all these LM cards, but they kind of skipped over them for the newer LM stuff. If we continue on, we have things like the Ultimate Cup prizing. There you go, the Gumdramon, Arresterdramon, and Superior Mode. And those are interesting cards in their own self. The Ultimate Cups are all really nice cards, really nice foils. I don't have a problem with them, although it is kind of turned into a side event now. We only have 1 online Ultimate Cup. If you come over here, we see we only have 1 Ultimate Cup right here online, and then they're all 3v3 side events. You get 2 event packs and 1 of your promo card, and then you get the rest of your one for top 16, and the superior mode for champion. So these are, harder to get, but they're a really nice foils, really nice prizes. That I've always enjoyed the Ultimate Cup prize cards. That's why I've always wanted to get them. Like I want to get these two. The winner one I never go for because it's so expensive, but definitely these two. And they're, have decent value, especially if you can get to the online one or get to the side event and do the 3v3 if you don't want to play through the regionals. So, I mean, there's that. I think the fact that they're just a side event, we're getting less Ultimate Cup events, have made them more expensive overall and kept the value on these cards up a lot higher. We'll have to see if we get more online events. I really hope we do, maybe February, because usually the Ultimate Cups usually go until February, and then we start the new year of prizing. So I'm hoping we get something more, because we've got at least two. The last one was Shoutmon. And I mean, there's only 3 cards in it now for the last 2 Ultimate Cups, whereas we used to get 5. So, I mean, they have slowly brought down the number of prize cards in there. We have the Evolution Cup. This is round 2, where we have the Participation Diaboromon token, top 4 Diaboromon from BT17 alt, and the winner BT5 Errata Sonata. These are all really good cards. They actually get played in the deck. Well, obviously the token does, but these two I think get played in the deck at least 2 to 3 copies each. So both really great cards. So I would definitely say that this is a good prizing for a tournament. We also have the Judge Pack. The Judge Pack is an interesting thing because I think the Judge Pack is really cool. When this came out, they were all cards we hadn't even been released yet. These are all BT22 cards, and other than the Agumon, who you can get as a pre-release stamp, they're all common. So this is all the only way you can get a foil of them. Of course, Judge cards are harder to get, so that makes it a little bit more, it's not really like regular people prizing, but you can pick these up. They usually start selling once there's enough copies in the market from things like tournament packs and stuff like that. And then Eater Species form is one that like you gotta have 50 copies in your deck, so you're probably gonna need at least 12 to 20 of this card if you want to like fully foil the deck. So I mean, the Judge Pack was actually a really good picks, especially the Vidramon I thought was really cool, and the Rise Gray for CS Alphamon were both really cool cards for the deck. So I really kind of like that. Moving along, of course, we had the Participation card set for the regionals. That I think is really on point. It's got a lot of good alts: Oblivi, Alpha, Return of the Progenitor. Some less like popular ones like Loudmon or Prograno, but they're both like really cool cards. Nonetheless, another Chaos Degradation, especially with the new Mastimon support, is going to be really popular. And then even the Baumon is kind of cool. So yeah, I think the participation stuff for the regionals is good. This was kind of where we get into some other stuff, because then we get into the Event Pack 8. And the Event Pack 8 is where I have a problem. These are all old tournament cards. They're all old tournament pack cards as foils, which you can either get as commons, or you can get them as winner stamp cards. Now, I can't tell that there's a difference from the winner stamp to the silver foils, other than that it doesn't have the winner stamp on it. So like, we've already had these cards for a long time. They're actually pretty cheap. Even the winner versions are pretty cheap, and now we're getting them as foils. Here's where I have a problem with this. It just doesn't feel like it has any value for the money that you're putting out on these cards. It really doesn't feel like it has much value at all for the money you're putting out on these cards to go to a tournament and get this as because you're getting 2 of these as your prize support. You're only getting 1 special event pack, which at least had a little bit more cooler cards than the foil border cards. But the thing that makes this worse is that these cards have already been confirmed to get reprinted as full foil border cards. If we look here in Billion Bullet, which we're getting, in like October, November, go down here, and there we go. There's Shellmon, Shumon, Galemon, Landramon, Yao, and Close. So there's the first half of the thing. And then if we go to the newly announced Another Night, well, then you're getting the other half. You're getting Doraemon, Gigimon, Sagittariumon, Justimon, Blind, Red Trigger, and Royal Base. You're getting these cards as full art foils. I mean, look at that Gigimon, right. Well, not there, sorry. Look at that Digimon right there. Look at that, how nice that looks. So this pack is irrelevant already, and it just started coming out in August. And it's your prize pack for the next 6 months. Yeah, if you're doing a regional, you get one special event pack, which might have a little bit of value. But this has no value at all. Like, I can't see that these are better in any way than the winner stamp cards, and they're not going to be better than the full border foil cards that we're going to be getting soon. So really, this craps on the entire Wave 2 regionals, in my opinion. It really does. It really brings it down. Like, we got some great stuff, like, this is really great, and, you know, and that's okay, but you're not going to have access to it, and that's cool. But that's really great, too. The Gumdramon's really great, too. And so both of these are great for your main kind of participation. But then your event packs are supposed to be like your, oh, you know, I'm going to foil out some cool cards, or I'm going to, you know, get some value out of my time and sell these cards to someone who really wants them, who couldn't even make it to the tournament or just wants full, you know, play sets. But that's not what this is. This is like a cheap attempt at like passing off prizing. They would have been better off to just give us more LM cards that we never got as full art. But like, this is just like they just took the file for the winner pack and took the winner pack stamp off of it and put it into circulation. It feels very cheap, very non-rewarding. And you're getting 2 of these with every regionals and Ultimate Cup. So it just really doesn't feel like it's worth it for the $40 now, because, you know, now all your value is in one thing, and you have no extra value beside the participation, you know, pack for the regionals or the Gumdramon participation card for the Ultimate Cup. You really feel like you have no value out of this at all. And then you get one special event pack, and then if you do well, you can get more. But you also get more event pack 8s, which are, I feel, are going to sit around and be harder to sell than you actually think that they're going to be. So I definitely think that I don't feel like Bandai is doing their best on pricing. I think if anything, this is an indication that they've gone down on pricing, that they've kind of gone in the wrong direction. Event pack, special event pack was kind of mid, and this is kind of terrible, honestly. Luckily, that, like I said, the other participation stuff actually looks really good, so it kind of evens it out, but it doesn't leave you in a hopeful place after, you know, 5 years that you shouldn't be 50-50 on prizing after 5 years of them doing this. I feel like that's kind of silly if you get to that point, and, you know, the big global unification, and the best things you have to look forward to are things like, you know, the Evo Cup, because it's got some really good prizing and stuff like that. And it's not going to be as expensive to get into an Evo Cup, or picking up judge pack cards from your friends that are judges, and then waiting basically till these LM sets come out to get these cards as nicer versions. So I definitely think that we've gone in the wrong direction with prizing, and I hope Bandai fixes it. I hope that we don't have something like this again, because this is honestly makes me not want to go to tournaments. But you know, let me know what you guys think about it. That's just my opinion on this. This is kind of the news we had, and I've been wanting to do a video on Event Pack 8 for a while because I haven't been feeling really hot on it, but I really wanted to get my thoughts out there and just kind of tell you what I think about this whole thing. And I feel like we need better prizing in our event packs, and maybe it's just going back to what they're doing with the LM cards, picking like a slew of LM cards and get us the stuff we never got, because it'd be nice to get that stuff eventually. Those are all cool cards, a lot of them that don't have like alts or foil borders, and I wouldn't mind seeing those. Whereas these, we're getting these as foil borders, getting this in foil borders as a month, and we're getting the rest of these in March. So, but let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.